Hello YouTube subscribers and viewers, welcome back to Ohio Airgun Shooter. I'm your host Christopher, and in this video I got the Beeman Deluxe pellet pistol, or otherwise known as the Beeman P17. Now this is a 4.5mm or .177 caliber single stroke pneumatic air pistol that shoots pellets. It does have a claimed velocity with lead pellets up to 410 feet per second. It does come in a plastic blister pack or clamshell, I guess you could say. Has the cardboard insert and then has the instruction manual. Here's just some of the info. Not a whole lot on the back. There's a nice little, looks like grizzly bear right there. But I guess according to this, it's a 2004 model. But it's a really nice pellet pistol. Has automatic safety, fiber optic sights, very nice ergonomic feel. It's made of plastic or polymer, very nice plastic. To access the loading port and to cock the gun, you simply pull back on this hammer-like switch, pops it open, and then you open this all the way up. It engages the safety, and you extend it all the way to allow air to intake. Now, it does take maybe about you can hear almost like maybe about a half second for it to fully take in the air. There's the port, the exchange port there, transfer port. This is metal, looks like aluminum. Very robust cylinder there. There's your barrel. You load your pellet in here. I'm not going to load one yet. There's a really stiff return. And then you just disengage to safety. Shoot, there's no pellet. So, very nice pneumatic air pistol. Retails right around $50 US. A little more some places, a little less some places. Just depends what kind of deals you get. But it's a very nice pistol. I want to test out, just do a little Crosman to Daisy comparison between two pellets. These are Spain-made Crosman pointed pellets. They're 7.6 or 5? 7.6 grain. And then I got some Daisy pointed pellets. They're also made in Spain, and these are 7.56 grain. So they're right around the same weight, right around the same shape, but how different will they perform velocity-wise and accuracy-wise? We're here to find that out. We're also going to weigh a couple of them each, and to see exactly how far apart they are. And then we'll do the short-range accuracy testing indoors, right around 6.5 to 6 yards, just to see how well they group. Now, here's a little size or shape and size comparison between the Crosman Premier Pointed and the Daisy Precision Max Pointed. You can clearly see on the Daisy it has a more defined point. Crosman is more of a domed. Skirt-wise, the whole base, I guess it looks about the same. Again, these are made in Spain. I just wonder if this is more like your Gamma pointed pellet. But I mean, there's clearly a difference in the shape. Let's check the weights. Alright, this will be in grains. We'll start with the Crosman Premier, 7.6 grains, 7.64, do another one, 7.66. Alright, now the Daisy Precision Max, 7.62. So they're actually right around the same weight. These are supposed to be 7.56, 7.62. So again, Daisy and then Crosman. 7 points. So they're right around the same. First up for the velocity, we'll just start alphabetically. The Crosman Premier Pointed, 7.6 grains. We'll do about 6 shots. Now, I did have problems with these in a previous test. Some of them didn't want to shoot. 355.7. Now, this doesn't seem to like the RWS Hobby pellets. Just for some reason, I don't know why. And being as light as they are, it just won't shoot them. I don't know if it's the wad cutter flat tip design. All right. 385.3. So that one moved up a bit. That's 30 feet per second faster. $361.9. Yeah, 385 sounded like it had a little bit more behind it. I wonder how consistent the air intake is, you know, on these. Things are kind of hard, fuzzy to load. It's just you don't have a whole lot of area in there. Trying to find get in there just right. That's the only thing about these. They're a little difficult to load sometimes. Yeah, it's got a pretty robust return. $380. All right, well, I got that one in one shot. Safety. 387. That's the highest yet. Not the 410, but pretty close. I'll start to put it in, and then it starts to turn sideways, and then I got to reset it. There. Yeah, you get a nice little workout with this thing. 383.2. So started out in what, the 350, then moved up to 380s, upper 380s. That's with the 7.6 grain Crosman Premier Pointed. Let's move on to the Daisy. Next up, the Daisy Pointed Precision Max, 7.56 grain. But they were weighing in right around the same. Just a slightly more profound point on the Daisy Precision Max. Again, both are made in Spain. 376.6. So it started out a little faster than the first one of the Crosmans. Yeah. A little, again, finicky to load. $381.2. I almost need to get one of those pellet pens. I think you just kind of stick it in there. But these things, they're fingers, especially got a little bit of oils on them. Maybe a kid would have a better luck at getting their little fingers in there. But if you got larger fingers, it might be a little difficult for you. Yeah, make sure this is pushed all the way forward, otherwise this might pop up on you. 380.9. Yeah, when you first open it up, you can hear that initial intake of air. There's a little bit, like a half second, and then it stops, which means you're fully full. I don't know if you can half pump these for like a half power, but if you extend it, it just takes a second or two, like a half second to intake all that air. Safety again, it's automatic. 340. Wow, that was really low. That was the lowest one yet. That was weird. Yeah, I'll show you. Pull this back, and then as soon as you bring it up, it engages. I don't know why that one was so slow. That was weird. I stuck it in backwards, I don't think. Ugh. 386.6. So 380s again. Oh, come on. All right, last one. 386.3. So last two are pretty consistent. Just for a quick control, I'm going to try a few of these, see if they'll shoot this time. Again, the thing would, you would just hear a little bit of a pop, but they wouldn't shoot. So let me try a couple of these real quick. These are 7 grains, so they're the lightest that I have right now on lead. I had some RW Super H points. I think they're 6.9, but I have very little of those left, and they don't seem to, I don't think they make them in 177 anymore. Now, these are really hard to get in because of that flat tip. I mean, I spent way too long trying to get these in there. Let me see. There it went. There it went. All right, let's see. Well, 396.9. So we can hit that 400 real quick. Real quick, yeah. Especially how fast these things load. Let me see. I mean, it's difficult to load. I mean, to be honest with you, you don't get them in there just right, you miss that hole, you got to reset it. Good Lord, I'm going to drop it. I mean, that's kind of frustrating, but it's a fun pistol nonetheless. It's just loading it. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get a pellet pen. If it'd be any easier. I mean, you're just fighting to get it in there. All right, and you don't know if you're warping the pellet when you're sticking it in. Catching the side, you know, especially these flat tips, you might be putting a little cut in it or something. 402.3. Now on to the short range accuracy testing. Where I sit is right around 6.5 yards. I'll have the gun on the rest there, so I'll be closer to 6. Starting again with the Crosman Premier Pointed, 7.6 grains. Again, these are made in Spain. Actually, if you look at the back of the tin, they're identical. The labeling on the back. So they're definitely made probably in the same plant. Got a side-by-side target. I'm going to start with the one on the left. I'm going to aim. I got an outer circle drawn. It's about 3 3/4 inches. I'm going to set that entire circle on the top of my front red fiber optic sight. Aiming at the 6 o'clock position, basically. Do 6 shots. Yeah, these pointed or domed are much easier to load than a flat-nosed wad cutter. I'm shooting with both eyes open. Yeah, these go much easier to load. That one snapped in a little bit. I kind of stuck it in at an angle, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect accuracy. Traveling what, about 380s. So I seem to be hitting pretty hard down there in that cardboard box I got. All right, that's 6 shots. Let's go take a look. All right, so aiming here, this entire circle is resting on my sights. One outside, everything's kind of right in here. Grouping. Not the best eyesight, even with my glasses on. But, I mean, it's a bit of a group there. Not too bad. I'm going to do 6 more. But I'm going to move my aim up a bit at that center dot and see if we can tighten that up a bit more. 6 more of the Crosman Premier Pointed, 7.6 grains. Again, just moving my point of aim up to the center mass dot. Oh, that was a bit better. Aiming here, everything's centered right there. So not too bad. You're constantly recocking, reloading, readjusting, resetting. So that's not too bad of a group. Let's move to the Daisy Precision Max Pointed, 7.56 grain. Next up, the Daisy Pointed Precision Max, 7.56 grains. So much more of a defined point on these. Same thing, 6 shots. I'm going to start at the bottom of the outer circle, 6 o'clock position, and then we'll do another at the center. So my second group tightened up pretty good. See how well these do. These much easier to load than the flat nose pellets into this thing. Unless I'm doing it wrong. Always forget about the automatic safety. But it's a very good safety feature, especially if you're using younger shooters. However, this would be a bit difficult probably for them to return the upper receiver there when you're cocking it. So they'll probably need the assistance of an adult, mom or dad or uncle or whatever. But it's a nice trigger. I mean, it's fun to shoot. Nice alternative to CO2 or green gas. Kind of see those are a bit more opened up so far. I think that one went through my box. Either that or just a... Oh, I see, a airsoft BB fell off. That was stuck in the box from a previous video. I think my P90 AEG airsoft video, some of them were stuck in the cardboard. Alrighty, well that's 6 with the Daisy Pointed Precision Max. Let's go check it out. That's actually not too bad. Nice little group right here. Again, that's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the other 1, 2, 3, and the other 3 are right there. So started a group there at the end, but it wasn't looking so good right here. I thought everything was kind of this way. I thought I kind of saw one up here, but maybe just to play with the paper from back there. But actually, that's not too bad. Actually started out better than the Crosman. So I'm gonna try 10 and move my aim back up to that center dot. Now, even though I like this, honestly, it's not my favorite air pistol to load. Just this style here. It's finicky. Uh, Very hard to load the flat nose pellets. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but the pointed and dome's going much easier. But even with these Daisy pointed, I was having a little difficulty trying to just kind of get them in there. It is awful dark. I mean, maybe if you can see better, you could get them in there better, but yeah, I'm gonna have to invest in a pellet pen. Maybe I'll make it easier with something like this, but I mean, it doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just not my favorite to load. Some of you might be able to do it better than I am, but yeah, I'm not very good at loading those. That's actually not too bad. My first one, I saw it was right here, and then because I was aiming here, so I don't know why that was so low. Maybe a low velocity, but I think I shot 7 by 1, 2. Yeah, I might have shot 7, maybe 8 by mistake, but because I think I grabbed a couple from the 10, but there's a group there, more of an up and down group. This one's kind of all around, but I mean, that might have been me just readjusting my head. I don't know, but I don't know which one would be tighter. I mean, about the same, but that one's a little bit more opened up, but you got more of a string right here. So I'll tell you what, let me do I'll do 10 shots with the Daisy pointed. I'll switch out the target and just see if we can get a group similar to that, but more tighter. All right, let's try 10 shots with the Daisy Precision Max pointed, 7.56 grains. I'll leave my camera down here, zoom in a bit, and you kind of see where the shots are landing. Again, 10 shots. Well, at least I got some grouping there. Honestly, I was having problems loading a couple of those. I dropped like 3 of them in the carpet. I went back and kind of replayed the video, watched. I had a pretty good grouping right there. I had, what, 3 or 4 right in the same area. That was like my, first or second shot. That one way up here could have been a flyer. Again, I don't believe this is the air pistol. This is me. This is just kind of trying to hurry up my shots, maybe a little bit, because I'm recording, so I don't want this to be very long. Even with editing, sometimes they can be long. But yeah, I just fumbling around with the pellet, trying to reload it. Some of them went in cockeyed at first. I don't know if maybe I warped them a little bit, but I mean, definitely groups. Just, again, this is me. This is not the air pistol. So again, definitely not my favorite air pistol to load, but pretty decent group there. 10 shots, Daisy Precision Max pointed, 7.56 grain. Had some grouping there. Nice well-defined hole. You can almost read the Caldwell through that, as you can see. I'm going to say a lot of that is me. Probably all of that is me. I mean, we had a really nice group right here. Like I said, I went back and watched the replay of the video, and I was grouping right here. I think my first shot was up here, or second shot, one of those. But anyways, some of these were flyers. Again, I noticed that when I was shooting, of course, I dropped 3 pellets into the carpet trying to load it. Just the humidity and the oils they stick to my finger. Again, not my favorite thing to load, but I think I forgot to, when you here, I'll go ahead and do it. Again, it has automatic safety, so I'll put the safety on shoot, and then you come up just a little bit. There, it engages, and then all the way, let the air intake. Then when you push it back down, that doesn't automatically go forward. You gotta push it. That time it did, but sometimes it doesn't. So you gotta push that forward, because a few times that I didn't, I noticed a little bit of a tiny hop up, from the top part of the frame here. So I'm sure that's going to affect accuracy, plus lower velocity, because you're losing that air because you don't have a complete seal between the loading port and that O-ring there and the transfer port. But overall, it shot pretty good. I mean, I think the Daisies won today. I didn't do a 10-shot group with the Crosman Premier, but I mean, these did pretty well with the 6 shots. No, this was the final result with the 10 shots. Velocities were good, 380s. A couple low ones, probably because I forgot to either push that or something, who knows. But might not get a full intake of air. But everything was right around the 380s. Tried a couple RW's Hobbies, not the best pellet for this. These are very very difficult to load. 7.0 grains. However, it did break into the 400s. I think 402 feet per second with these. But I mean, overall, it's a great air pistol. I like it. I just don't like loading it. So that's just my only con about it. It has a lot of pros. It's accurate, powerful, good velocity, and pretty steady velocities, again, except for the low ones. But just the loading. I'm going to probably look into a pellet pen and see if maybe that helps with the loading problems that I'm having. I'm just not sure how difficult it will be to load with one of those, because you kind of got to go in at an angle. So I guess I just got to get practice and get used to loading them. Again, pointed and dome pellets seem to load the best. Flat nose pellets seem to go in a little bit more difficult. But for the price, just under $50 US, not a bad air pistol for the price. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.